What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unsolicited with Sam and Jordyn. I am Sam. This is Jordyn. We have been MIA for quite some time, the past couple of weeks, and again next week, but we're here now, and we were both just talking about how much we missed each other. How are you?
I'm good. I literally hopped on our stream here to do the podcast and I saw Sam and I was like, I am so happy to see your face. Like, then I just said, I feel like I've lived 9 lives since the last time that we did this podcast. I know you were much busier than me. I was pretty much just chilling. You had a wedding to attend to and be in. How was that?
Oh my God. I have been in many weddings at this point for some
Yes.
very important people in my life.
Not even, I'm sorry to interrupt,
That's
not
fine.
even been in so many weddings. You have been the maid of honor or now matron of honor so many times.
This was my third time. I've never just been in a wedding. If I'm in a wedding, I've been the maid or matron of honor. So the people that got married were two of my best friends from college, Sam and Avery, and met them a decade ago, which is crazy to think about. But basically, I was very involved in like the growing of their relationship because I was the Joey to their Monica and Chandler, basically. And I was over the moon when I found out that when they were dating, two, when they got engaged, and now they got married. And I've been in many weddings at this point, like I said, for very important people in my life. I have never cried so hard during an entire weekend than I did this past weekend. Because I've never experienced knowing both people to the point of friend. Like, like obviously I know my other friends' husbands and things like that, and I love them and they're great people, but like Avery is my very close friend and Sam is like my very close friend, and then they got married to each other and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then I was with the other maid of honor who was my college roommate for 4 years, Amber. Both of us, we could not keep it together. Like we were both, I looked at her during the ceremony, it was just coming down, it was like dripping, and I was like, please, I can't do this. So it was a very emotional weekend, but very happy and exciting. But now I have no weddings at all. I have
That's
nothing coming up.
crazy for you. Oh my God, do you want me to give you one?
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna think that my next wedding is gonna be yours.
That's crazy.
So, but yes, I had a wonderful weekend, and we just, I just love weddings.
Yes.
Weddings are just so much fun and so beautiful. I cry at weddings for people that I barely know.
Sam, literally, we were walking up like to your wedding, and Brian was like, do you think you're gonna get emotional? Because like I always get like a little teary-eyed at like the speeches and everything. Like I always get slightly emotional, but not normally like weeping.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, like I was like, I casually cry at some of these weddings for like some, obviously I'm like friendly with them. I was like, but they're your friends. Like, I was like, this is like my first like friend getting married. Like, and I was like, I knew you and Michael for so long. Like I was so excited. And I was like, I'm definitely going to like get emotional, but I was like, I don't know if I'll like sob. You literally didn't even turn the corner yet. I'm standing recording you and I look over at Brian and I'm like, he's like, it's okay. It's okay. And then you guys were giving your vows. I'm literally sitting there like, like grabbing Brian's wrist, hyperventilating, sobbing, crying. Weeping.
Yeah.
It was like on my dress. Like my dress was that material where like if it gets wet, it's like dark for a minute. Literally like my tears were on my dress. And I was like, yeah, no, that about sums it up.
Yeah. And the best part of everything is the fact that you were the first person I saw right before I walked down the aisle. It's like I'm like literally arm in arm with my father, and I look over and there's Jordyn, and I'm like, oh no.
That means so much to me.
But yeah, so crazy weekend, crazy couple of weeks. But it'd be like that sometimes.
Be like that. I had another wild experience at an Eagles game last week.
Great game for you to be at, to be honest.
Incredible game, but Sam, I was going to have an aneurysm because the last game that I was at before this was the fucking Falcons game, and it felt identical. We're like, we came out strong, like
Yeah.
took advantage of a turnover, like had all the momentum. The link is shaking, and then all of a sudden they just like slowly start, and then all of a sudden you're like, this is a one possession game. Like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
It's a turnover at the end. They're driving with like 2 minutes left. I was like, it's happening again. I was like, I cannot watch this in person happen again. But shout out to Kobe Dean. Saved my life. And I will never, ever, ever in my life get over the fact that I saw that Saquon backwards hurdle with my own eyeballs.
I am not even angry about it. Like, how could you be when you see some sort of feat of athleticism like that? Like, I was jarred.
No, when I tell you the link went like there was an audible gasp in the entire, like everyone was just like, whoa! Like,
Yeah.
no, literally. But no, that was insane. It was a good game. Devontae Smith's like kind of hurt right now, which is scary.
Oh, and AJ Brown left that game too, right?
Yes, but he's gonna be fine, allegedly.
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 We'll
But
see.
yeah, no, let's go to our rundown.
I do have a fun
I started
story
kind of
to tell
talking
you.
about NFL, but I want to punt that, pun intended, to the end.
I do have a funny story to share with you. It is like it's like semi NFL related, but when it happened, I was like, "Oh my god, I want to tell Jordyn this, but I'll wait to tell her on the podcast." So, obviously, many people know at this point that my husband is not really a football watcher, but has gotten more into it since we've been married and live together. So he watches a lot more football now. He gets to know the players a little bit more. Like he's like, "Oh, that's this guy and that's this guy," and I'm like, "Yeah, you got it." And he actually, first of all, we last time we talked, the Yankees were in the World Series and then completely shit the bed. He watched the whole World Series with me too, and it was like a very like nice, beautiful time. Not the games, but
The quality time.
the quality time. So the commercial, the Applebee's commercial with Dan Campbell,
Yes.
when he's like, I think it's like a pick six or something like that for like six wing. Anyway, he came up on the screen and I was like, "Oh my god, Michael, do you know who this is?" And he goes, TJ Watts." And I said, and he added an S at the end of it. And I was like, that's a very good guess, but it's not. It's
No.
Dan Campbell. And he goes, "I don't know who that is." And I was like, "He's the coach of the Lions." And he's like, "You think I know coaches?" I'm like, "No." And he was like, "TJ Watts. That's who that is." And I was like, "Fine." So then another commercial came up with JJ Watt in it. And I was like, "Oh, Michael, you got to know this one. Who is that?" And he goes, "TJ Watts." I was like, so close. I was like,
So close.
I was like, "That's JJ, his older brother." And he goes, "Okay, it's TJ Watts." So
It's
now
TJ Watts.
any NFL commercial that comes on is TJ Watts.
That's absolutely hysterical. I love that.
Don't know where that one came from either. Like he could have said like Saquon Barkley. He knows Saquon Barkley. He knows Daniel Jones. Like Malik Neighbors. Like he knows a lot of Giants, obviously, and like, but TJ Watt. That's the one that he pulls out of his brain.
No, Sam, it's not TJ Watt. It's TJ Watts.
TJ Watts.
TJ Watts.
Yeah. No,
It's okay. Like, we're on the way to the Eagles game, and we're in an Uber. Spencer's looking out the window. Obviously, there are Dawkins jerseys just everywhere, just because she looks at me and she goes, "Is Dawkins still on the team?"
Oh my god.
I went, "Babe, you're like 15 years too late." Like
so close.
And like the confusion on her face because she's like seeing all the jerseys. But like it literally, she was like, "I had a Dawkins jersey." I said, "Yeah, how old were you when you had that?" She was like, 4. I said, that.
Let's do the math there, Spency. How old are you now?
She's doing better, I should say, with the Eagles players. And there's been a couple times where she's just like dropped like an NFL like news thing or a player thing. And I'm like, "How the fuck did you know that?" Like, and she's like, "I hear you guys."
Yeah. I feel that too. And the thing is too, like, especially in like Monday night games, for some reason, I don't know if it's just like the NFL burnout by then. I like usually just like kind of take it very chill, unless obviously if the Giants are playing, but like just like I'll watch it, I'll walk away, I'll do this, I'll do that. And then this past week, obviously, it was Bucks Chiefs, which was also a very good game.
Very good game.
Which I think we should get into some talks about the Chiefs and officiating when we talk about the NFL just a little bit later. But I'm like looking at my phone, I'm scrolling on TikTok, I'm on my computer, like doing some other stuff, whatever. And Michael's like, hey, they're in the red zone. And I'm like, what are you talking about right now? He's like, they're within the 20 yards before they're in the, and I'm like, who taught you that?
Yeah.
Where did you learn that?
Where did that information
what
come
woman
from?
are you hanging out with?
That's hysterical.
Yes, but
I'm proud of Michael. That's very impressive.
I can hear him. He just walked in the door.
Hi, Dad. For context, I call Michael and Sam mother and father. Yes. So,
oh my God, another thing from the wedding really quick was, because that just reminds me, because Amber and I sometimes will call Sam and Avery Mama y Papa, and and they had have you ever seen the Leave a Message?
Yes.
So they had that.
That's so cute.
It's very cute, and it's very fun to continue to go back to it and continue to leave messages as you've continuously had some beverages and such. And literally Amber and I just kept going back to this phone, and we were like, Mama y Papa, we love you so much, and blah, 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 and this and that. And I ended every single one with, okay, call me back, bye. And then I hang up. And I literally was just like, I think I left like 5 or 6 messages.
They're going to be listening to that, and by the third one, they're going to be like crying.
Yeah. I actually, like, you know, like when you get like wedding drunk, but you're not actually drunk.
Yes.
It's like a weird phenomenon.
Yes.
I was drinking champagne. Like that was like my drink of the night, because I tried like a vodka soda drink. The bartender had a heavy hand. I felt like I was just drinking vodka.
Yeah, no.
So I was having champagne, and after the first round of speeches, which I was sobbing, I walked over to the bar and I made friends with the bartender, whose name was Ed. And I was like, hey, Ed, I'm going to need the largest glass of champagne you can get me. He gave me a water goblet, like, you know, like you get at like a restaurant.
Yes.
Filled it to the top and just slid it over to me. And Michael was standing next to me, and I was like, tip the man. Tip the man. I was like, I respect you so much, sir. Thank you very, very much. Yeah. I drank that shit for like 3 hours. Like I had so much. It was like at least I think I could probably do a whole bottle of champagne in there.
That's insane.
But anyway, I just had to share that as well.
No, I absolutely love that. There was one wedding I was at, and I can't remember. Oh, Brian didn't want his champagne. One of his friends next to me can't drink champagne, and I was already drinking champagne. So there was like 4 glasses in front of me, because I was like, I'll just kill them all. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. And like the waiter was like walking around taking orders, and he sees all my champagne. He goes, you like champagne? It's like, I do. Thank you. Yes. And it was an open bar. So normally you just like walk up to the bar. No. This man brings an ice bucket and a bottle and just drops it. He goes, I'll save you the trip. And I had 4 glasses of champagne and a bottle of champagne in front of me. And I'm looking around. I was like, someone needs to help me. Yeah. Right? I was like, I will not be able to do this on my own.
I love service people like that.
He was incredible. I loved him.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Speaking of incredible, I feel like we can talk some Taylor Swift, because it's been a hot second since we have had a chance to talk about Taylor Swift.
God, one segue, 10 out of 10.
Thank you. Thank you. We only have 9 shows left on the air.
2 cities.
2 cities.
Less than 10 shows.
In Canada, yeah. So literally insane to the fact that we're never going to see this show ever again.
No.
Which is bananas. And very sad. But I know. But the good thing is that we've been getting some very, very interesting things coming out of it right now. Like she's just becoming like more of an open book than she was before.
Okay, I'm glad that you got because I'm like, it feels like she's telling us things.
Yes, 100%. Like I feel like I'm learning so much. Like the clean lyric change.
Yes.
From it to I was like, oh my God.
Also, I feel like people really misunderstood that lyric change, because she's going, what, 10 months?
Just because you're clean.
And then what did she transition into?
10 months older. Now that I'm clean, I'm never gonna risk it.
But she said, I'm never gonna miss, or no, it's been 10 months sober. I must admit, just because you're clean don't mean you don't miss him.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did she mash it up with?
This love.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So she's saying this love into clean and then back into this love. But in the clean mashup part, she said, just because you're clean don't mean you don't miss him. And everyone was like, oh my God, she's telling us she misses Joe, blah, blah, blah. But if
No.
you read through the rest of the thing, like if you read the lyrics of the full mashup, it's literally saying like, I'm in love. This happened to me. I did miss him. And now I'm never going back to that place again because I love where I'm at right now.
Like clean. She's clean.
She's clean.
She's
So
no
I was like,
longer
why
with
is
him.
everyone making this about Joe? Like, this is literally that she got over Joe and is in love with Killer Trav.
Kill a fucking Trav, dude. Unreal.
Dude, did you see the clip of Jason Kelsey, not the phone smashing one, prior to the phone smashing one, when he was kicking the field goal to like doing the game day challenge, and the guy was like, I'm going to your future sister-in-law's tour. He was like, you're gonna have the best time.
Oh, that is very cute.
It was so like Jason literally was like so focused, heard that and got so excited. I was like, that's so pure.
I love that.
But yeah, no,
She
she loves Travis, not Joe.
She does. I know. And it's just to say, like, hey, I'm not forgetting this part of my life. I'm just letting you know I'm never going back to this part of my life.
Yes.
It's not that hard. But there's been just like a couple mashups. What was another one that she did that I was literally like, oh my God, what the hell?
The Black Dog and Haunted, I wanted to kill myself.
That one I literally like, and I've been coming to terms with like not hearing songs.
Yep.
And like obviously the Eras tour has been on for two years.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Plus.
Unreal. But that specific one, I don't know what it was about it. I was like, I feel like a dagger went through my heart listening to that.
My mom literally texted me and just said the Black Dog X Haunted. And I said, you're fucking lying. That's a sick joke. And I was with Brian. I was like, I'm going to freak the fuck out if this is real. And I opened up that grainy live stream and I heard her doing it. And I went, this blonde bitch.
Yeah. I'm going to.
I love her. I just wish I was there.
Oh, let me see. Oh, Death by a Thousand Cuts and The Great War. That shit was crazy.
Yep.
Oh, and The Prophecy and This Love and how she fucking changed the prophecy.
Yeah. Wasn't Travis there for that one too?
That was Indianapolis, November 2nd. No,
I think he was there.
Wait.
He was at one of the recent ones.
I don't think so because it was the night before he was supposed to play. I don't think so.
Let's see. Wait, yeah, no, cannot believe Travis's ass showed up to the indie show even though he has a game in 2 days. Literal direction, but I don't know which night.
Well, if he had a game in 2 days, then it was the first night, November 1st.
So what did she sing that night?
She sang The Albatross and Holy Ground, and then Cold as You and Exile.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
God damn.
And also, I'm seeing now we were incorrect. It was How You Get the Girl and Clean.
Okay.
That was in NOLA, the last night of NOLA. So, and she freaking brought out Sabrina Carpenter, and they sang Espresso and Please, 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 and I was very sad about that as well.
No, like just literally insane. And also we haven't gotten anything yet.
You know, it would make me feel a lot better this week if we got a little treat.
I think we deserve a little treat.
I think a small Reputation Taylor's version just as a treat.
Yes.
Or like a single, even.
Yeah. Anything?
One.
I'm begging for crumbs.
And an announcement, maybe.
Yeah.
A date. I will take a date.
Yes, I will literally be grateful if you give us a date.
Please.
Please. I need something to be happy about.
Literally.
I'm
Yeah.
begging.
Yeah, I know, and I feel like when she's done with this tour, I'm sure we'll still see her for the rest of the football season. After that, I have no idea what's gonna happen.
No, and I'm not ready to lose her.
Like, I feel like though she isn't gonna just like go underground like she normally does because she's with Travis now and not
Mhm.
Joe. So I feel like there might be something different going on there. But at the same time, I would love a little bit of privacy after
Yes.
being in the spotlight for 3 years, basically. Um, so yeah, it's just I'm a little scared. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Do you have any thoughts about the yellow theory? Have you heard anything about this?
No.
She keeps posting a bunch of yellow and like the whole like left column of her Instagram is just yellow.
What? Now I have to go look. Hold on.
Like, look,
Why so much yellow?
I don't
What does
know.
that mean?
I don't know. People are speculating it means something, but I mean, clearly that's not debut or reputation.
What does that mean?
Does it mean?
Oh my god, if we get another fucking album, I mean, I'd be happy about it, but at the same time, like, get these last 2 out of the way, girl.
No, literally, but like also would I sell my soul for a Travis Love album? Yeah. I don't even hope it's a love album. I hope it's an ovulation album.
Oh, yes. Oh my god. Oh, you know what I put on the other day because it came back up as in my history on YouTube?
Taylor Swift's ovulation mashup.
It's so good. If listen, people who are listening, if you have not listened to the ovulation mashup, go on YouTube, type in Taylor Swift ovulation mashup. It's probably like the first one that comes up. It's like a 15-minute set of all of like these like incredibly seductive Taylor Swift songs.
Yes.
When I heard it for the first time, I was like literally on the floor.
No,
There's literally photo evidence of me on the floor.
Sam did a backwards roll off the stool she was sitting on and laid like Superman on the floor.
I was like doing like an upwards dog almost.
Yes!
And I was like, "Oh my god, it's excellent. Highly recommend." It's like a good pump up. Like,
Yes.
like I can like run to it or like work out to it. It's a good mashup. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
No, I love that one.
Highly recommend listening to it. But yeah, Taylor Swift out here doing Taylor Swift things as per usual. And she was at
Um,
the game.
yep. But her boyfriend's in fucking timeout.
Yeah.
I needed I was leading in my fantasy league with Brian's family and friends. So I'm the only girl. I was number 1 and I was a game ahead and I was going into that game up by like 1 or 2 and I was like I just need Kareem Hunt to have a better game than Travis Kelce and I win fantasy football this week, which like given his track record this season should have been a no-brainer.
Yeah,
And then
easy.
he decides to ball out and put up like 18 points on me and I lost.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I went up against Travis Kelce when I was up by I think 20 points. And I was like, "Oh, I'm not worried about it." And then he started doing all this stuff and I was like literally sitting there like watching my fantasy and I was like, "Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit." And I won by this much. Also in my work league, I won by 0.4 of a point.
No, my games have been very, very close like that too. And I'm like, can I just win 1 week where like I get to chill on Monday? Like,
I know, yeah, it's like I don't want any players on Monday Night Football this week. I just want to watch Monday Night Football in peace.
I know it's getting really, really ugly for me this week because I have 2 of my wide receivers on a bye and then like 1 or 2 of them are questionable. I'm like, it's slim pickings.
Oh
And so I said,
no.
you boys better get healthy because I got no backups.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Well,
Yeah. Oh, look at,
oh, that's a lot of red.
oh, and then my bench by weeks.
Oh,
Oof. Ugh. I hate it here.
prayers.
Thanks.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thanks.
Well, also, I feel like the universe is telling me not to sports bet because I tried to put money into my FanDuel account and it physically won't let me. And I'm gonna take that as a sign.
You won your bet.
I won one bet.
You won one bet. It's a really, like, not that I'm, like, a great sports bettor, but, like,
I'd
I'm
say you're pretty
usually
good.
pretty good. This year, I suck. Like, genuinely. Someone asked me for picks the other day, and I said, "Don't." Like, I was like, "It is a tough year." It's like every week is opposite week. It's a crazy, crazy season all around.
I literally, like, this was, like, maybe 2 weeks ago. I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll throw, like, a Thursday night bet down," or, like, literally, like, a one-person anytime touchdown, like, literally anything. Like, I wasn't gonna do a parlay or anything because I kept losing them. I was like, "Fuck it." And I what's it called? Um, I tried to put the money in. I had 82 cents in my account. I started with $10. That's all I've put into sports gambling. $10. I lost all of it, and then I got, like, $4 from my bet that I picked Buccaneers money line, I think that's what it was, and then I went back down to 82 cents, and that's when I was like, "Oh, I'll put, like, 5 more dollars in," and literally the app was just like, "No, no."
You're like,
I
"You
was like
tried."
yeah, I was like, "Oh, okay," and then I was telling one of my coworkers about it, and he was just like, "I could turn your 82 cents into a couple bucks," and I was like, "No, we're
No.
good. I'm just gonna leave my 82 cents in there. Maybe one day I'll put 82 cents down on something and we'll get something." But I think I've officially retired it, which is kinda sad, but,
Also, FanDuel support is very good. So if you reach out to them, they're on their shit if you are actually having trouble putting in money and you want to you decide you want to get back into the swing of things.
Okay, I'll see.
I'm sorry,
I'll see how
guys.
I feel.
We had a
I
week off and my brain's moving slow today.
It's okay. I just, like, I don't know. I feel like it's the universe's way of saying, "No,
You done?
you're done. You had your taste, but I'm done now."
Do you see why it's the best and also most frustrating thing in the entire world?
I do understand why there is a hotline for people who gamble too much on the commercials,
Yes.
yes, I do
Yes.
understand. And Michael was, like, vicariously betting through me, because like, he always says, he's like, "I know if I start betting, I won't be able to stop, so I'm never gonna do it," and then every time, like, I would place a bet, I'd be like, "Oh, we need a DK Metcalf touchdown." He'd be like, "I don't know who that is, but we're gonna be rooting for him."
Yes.
And I'm like, "Yep." And
That's
then
what makes it so fun because it's like even games that like may suck, like you have something to cheer for and get something out of.
That's why I was enjoying it, is because I was like, "Oh, I'll put together, like, a three-leg parlay for, like, Thursday Night Football and, like, have some fun." But the universe is telling me no, so
I'm so
alas.
sorry.
But I wanted to speaking of Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, I wanna talk about the Chiefs because that was such bullshit on Monday Night Football, on that overtime drive. That fucking right guard or tackle, whoever it was blatantly, blatantly false start. Didn't call it, scored the touchdown, won the game. And
Yep.
I know we've like, people have been talking about it for many, many at least years now too. It's like they're always catering to the Chiefs. Like, now I'm just like, now you've hurt my football boyfriend. Now I'm not okay. Now I'm not good about it.
Yeah, there's the Chiefs are very, very frustrating to me this season because like on paper, they like statistically do not look strong.
They
Then
look
you watch
awful.
them. Yes, and then you watch them and you're like, this is an average football team. And then they're fucking 8-0. And I'm like, what? Like they just I mean, and they're playing smart. Like at the end of the day, all you got to do is win. They're doing exactly what they need to do.
Mhm.
But it's very frustrating. Um and
Have you
yeah,
seen the rest
also
of their
Patrick
schedule?
Wait, what?
Have you seen the rest of their schedule?
No, is it easy?
Mhm.
No.
Well, continue your thought, and then I'll let you know what it is.
I was gonna say, Patrick Mahomes is also a robot because, like, I'm not even putting this into the universe, but I swore that man tore his Achilles, and then he was just back out there completely fine, and I was like,
Literally.
"What
Uh,
the fuck just happened?"
I'm convinced they took his robotic leg off of his body in the blue tent and put a new one on,
Yes.
because, we were texting during that game, and because I was like, "Oh my god, Jordan, we're gonna see Carson Wentz play football."
Yes,
Like
I was, like, excited to see Carson Wentz.
yeah, I was like, "Holy shit, I completely forgot Carson Wentz was even on the Chiefs." And then I see, he literally gets carried off the field by 2 people, isn't walking. I'm
Is
like, "Oh my
laid
god."
down on the flat surface, and they're like,
Yeah,
"Work it
and
off."
then all of a sudden he just walks right back onto the field in the next drive like, "All right, let's rock and roll." I mean, they must have, like, shot him up with some steroids or something in the thing to, like, do the pain, and, like, he did that with the high ankle sprain, but that was, like, leading up to the Super Bowl, so, like, I
Yes.
understand the urgency there, but this, I'm like, "You're playing the Buccaneers, brother. Take a break. You're good. It's okay." I was shocked.
Yeah. No, that whole game shocked me, and also DeAndre Hopkins is
He's
very,
so good.
very good at football.
He's so good. He's so good. Did you see his little celebration, the Remember the Titans celebration? That was really sweet because
Every time
everyone thought they were
Oh,
he was,
sorry.
like, fucking with them, but he wasn't. He was saying, like, "I'm doing that as an appreciation to remember the Titans for the time that they gave me in
Yeah.
Tennessee," and I was like, "I hate that you're such a good person and you're on the Chiefs and you're so good at football."
He's the best person, and he's so talented, and it's like every time he does like, he would have a catch, and I would be like, "D-Hop," and then I would be like,
No.
"D-Hop."
It's literally like you wanna feel happy, and I think that's, like, the same thing with, like, everyone on the Chiefs. It's like we wanna be happy for Travis. Can't be happy for Travis.
No.
I argue I don't hate Patrick Mahomes. I
I don't either, I'm just sick of him.
yeah,
Like
it's like I just hate that he's just so consistently good,
yes.
and
And you know what? That's when you know he's one of the best
yeah,
because same thing with Tom Brady. It's like no one's denying the talent. Like everyone knows how good he is. We're just fucking tired of seeing his face and the same shit and the same outcome every year. Like I just need a switch up. He could be in the Super Bowl once every 4 years, but just like can you give us a little break?
yeah,
Like
like the Olympics. Like,
yes,
Super Bowl
yes.
every 4 years.
You know what? That is can we tell Patrick Mahomes, you are now just like the Olympics. You come around once every 4 years, you do your thing, and then we retire you.
Speaking of Tom Brady, I'm curious. I have my thoughts. What are your thoughts on him being in the booth? Because I just would love to know.
I don't think he's that good at it.
I don't think so either. Did you see the Skip Bayless comments?
I don't think so, no.
Oh my, and I never agree with anything that man says. He came out and he was like, he's Tom Brady on the field. We'll never take that away from him. He's the best quarterback of all time. He goes, but he's Daniel Jones in the booth. And I was like, you're so right.
That is so real. That
As a
is so
Daniel Jones truther, that's so right.
no, it's like
Bad.
really and I keep I'm like the first couple times, like the first couple weeks, I was like, "Okay, this is very new for you. Take your time." But we're like halfway through the season, and I'm like, I still don't really enjoy and like just some of the comments he makes, I'm just like, "Duh."
Yeah. It's like, yeah,
Like
we know Tom.
yeah,
I
I'm
know.
like, we all understand like the fundamental basics. Like
I don't understand why he just like hones in on one player and then just says everything he possibly can about that one player. And we're like, we get it, Tom. You did your research on one guy and you want to talk about all the things you found out about him. We don't care.
yes.
We
I
don't care.
also feel like there is very much a part of him that like hasn't fully hung everything up yet. Like
Yes.
Tony Romo is very removed from his playing career, like very, very analyst. Tom Brady, like for when he was talking about Baker Mayfield a few weeks ago, like I was like, you are still too invested and competitive, like to be a announcer right now. Like
I know. And like I get
and I
it.
don't
Like
blame him. Like it's too soon.
I and it cannot be easy. I
No.
physically cannot even think about being like a color analyst on a game. I wouldn't even know where to start. I don't ca I the prep during the week is probably so much. You have to know everything about these guys. You have notes, like, so, I'm not saying that I could do it 1, 2, 3, but like, give him some training. Let him take a season. Maybe do some, like, fake games, or like say like, oh Tom, how would you call this game? And then whatever, and then put him in the booth. But right now, the second I heard him, think he was doing a Browns game or something, like towards the beginning of the season. And my dad was just like, "Oh, this is Tom. We gotta listen to Tom." And this and that. And I'm sitting there and I'm just hearing like, wah, 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 like the
Yeah.
fucking adults from Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. And I was like, "Dad, he sucks.
Yeah.
He's not good at this. Just turn it off. I'm
Yeah.
not
And
listening to him."
you know how people say like, oh, like if you can't play, you're a great coach. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I think this is one of those things where like Tom Brady, brilliant football mind, the greatest of all time, but just not good at like talking about it and making it entertaining and conversational for like the average at-home viewer. Like it's just not connecting. Like we're all bored.
Maybe in time it'll get better.
Yeah,
I mean, who
it's still
knows?
new. It's very new for him.
But like, Tony Romo fell into that role real fast and like really natural. And like Greg Olson
Yeah.
lost his job to Tom Brady. Greg Olson is so good at what he does.
Yes.
I will never forgive Fox for demoting Greg Olson. I don't know why I said Greg Wilson. Greg Olson, literally. Kind man. Awesome at his job.
Awesome. Phenomenal.
Yeah. So here's the rest of the Chiefs schedule.
Okay.
So apart from they play the Bills not this weekend, the following weekend. Apart from that game, Broncos, Panthers, Raiders, divisional game, okay. Chargers, divisional game. Browns, Texans, Steelers, Broncos. Like all very winnable games. And like sure, like Steelers might be tough one. Texans, I'm like,
I don't know. And now they're like RIP because I mean Nico Collins, I believe, comes back this week, which is huge because
cool.
I felt very bad for CJ Stroud last weekend.
Yeah.
He was a lost puppy. And you know what? After losing your top two receivers, bing bang boom, I get it, but ugly. I expected better out of you.
Yeah, same.
And yeah, Stephon Diggs is done. So should be an easy win for the Chiefs, but
we'll see. I mean, again, they could. Who was the receiver they just got? They just got a receiver at the trade deadline, which was so boring.
So boring. So boring.
Usually that day is like insane. Oh, Mike Williams.
I thought the Steelers got Mike Williams.
That's what I was talking about. I was talking about the Steelers going up against the Chiefs. Made me think of it.
I thought we were still on the Texans.
Oh. That's on me. That's on me. I should have clarified that.
I was like, what game are we talking about right now?
I definitely transitioned to the Steelers in my brain, and I was like, "Oh yeah, the Steelers wide receivers. What did they get?"
I wasn't made aware.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Sorry. That's why I was like, they got a receiver?
But you know what? Mike Williams, I'm so glad you got out of there, buddy.
Dude, that's actually insane. Aaron Rodgers said, you're dead.
And you know what? Going on to the Steelers, you're only going to be competing with George Pickens, which I feel like there could be a very good, synergy going on that offense. Yeah. We've seen Mike Williams. He did phenomenal in, he was a Charger.
Yes. Yeah. With Justin.
Like, you get him the ball, he's going to do it.
Nice.
Just wasn't with Aaron Rodgers and not on the Jets. There's too many other people going on over there.
Also, that Garrett Wilson touchdown.
Yeah. You know what? We're just going to go with, yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah. So cool.
So fun. So entertaining. So amazing.
I feel like Aaron Rodgers was like, oh yeah, we so back now. And I'm like, brother, no, you did not throw that ball where it needed to be. There's a reason why it was so cool.
Yeah, and now you're just finally realizing that you have Garrett fucking Wilson. Like,
Surprise!
He's like, "Oh, my receiver can catch?" I'm like, "Yes, babes. This is what it's like to have a first-round wide
In their
receiver."
20s and not no shade to Devontae Adams. I'm never gonna take his talent away from him, but,
Oh,
like, come on.
yeah.
Utilize your pieces
Yes.
of your offense. This is why you guys have only won 3 games.
You're not he's, like, still thinking he's in Green Bay. I'm like, "You have real players. Use them."
I just saw a TikTok too from the Jets, and it was, like, Devontae Adams scoring a touchdown, great, and then, like, Devontae Adams running to the sideline, and him and Aaron are, like, you know, super stoked, celebrating with one another, and Aaron's just like, "Just like old times, baby, just like old times," and I'm like, "Oh, you're gripping so hard to this.
Yep.
You're gripping way too hard to this. We gotta move on, brother. You're in your 40s. You only have so much time left. You only have so much time left. It's not time to you're reminiscing about the old days before your days are even over."
Yes. Yes. Aaron Rodgers is literally like, "I just wanna, like, play football with my friends." And it's like, "No, you're on this team, like, because they expect you to go to the Super Bowl. Like, play like Aaron Rodgers."
You know, we should put Aaron Rodgers, like, in the XFL or something. Like,
No.
he can go fuck around, have fun, bring all your friends. Bring Devontae, bring Randall Cobb, bring,
Dave Boxing, what's his
Dave
name?
Bakhtiari,
Yeah.
Robert Tonyan. He loved Robert
He
Tonyan.
loved Robert
He
Tonyan.
called him Bobby. No one called him Bobby
Alan
except for
Lazard. We forgot Alan Lazard.
sorry, Alan. I'm so sorry, Alan. You've been doing everything right, buddy. I'm so sorry. But literally, like, just take the 2011 or 2012 Green Bay Packers, put them in the XFL.
Yes.
Just let them have fun.
That
That's
would
all they
be
want to do.
so fun. That's literally his dream.
I think so. Maybe he'll start his own league, like ARL, Aaron Rodgers League. You can only come in if you're a Green Bay Packer. If you've ever worn a green jersey, you can enter.
If you played with me between these years, you are allowed in this football league, and we're just gonna play together and just relive the best time of my life.
It's gonna be like the Aaron Rodgers League, and then underneath it in really small letters, except for Mike Williams.
Mike Williams, you are permanently banned.
We're not allowed to be in Aaron Rodgers.
Photo of him, and it's like, if you see this man, please execute him on site. Like,
There's like wanted signs around. Oh my god, that would be so funny. I would go see a game.
I would anything to witness Aaron Rodgers in person.
Literally, I would go see the Aaron Rodgers League. He should do that.
I know. Why aren't we his marketing managers?
Literally, like, Aaron, give us each 20%. You
Yes.
can take the other 60, and we'll just fuck around and find out.
Yeah. This is what we do best.
That is the slogan of this show.
Yes.
There's 2. Fuck it, we ball, and fuck around and find out.
Yes.
That's what we do. That is the fun part of this.
Yes.
I want to talk about the Saints. Because what the fuck?
Yeah, they were frauds.
They are frauds. Those first 2 weeks were some of the best football I've ever seen. And I remember how nervous you were going into the Eagles game.
Yes.
And I feel like they gave you guys a run for your money.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden, apart from Derek Carr getting hurt and everything, like, dead.
Yeah, no. It's ugly. And Derek Carr's out there throwing hospital balls.
Which is a wonderful segue into our Gridiron gossip segment. I knew if I teed you up, you'd get there.
Thank you.
So, Michael Thomas, I feel like an old woman that's like, Michael Thomas, I haven't heard that name in so long, 83 years. Michael Thomas, who's a free agent, technically not retired, he could get picked up, was just out here throwing shit on the internet, just crapping on Derek Carr. Yeah. I was like, when I saw the first one, I was like, oh, Michael Thomas, okay. And then they just kept, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to pull up his Twitter to read some of them.
No, it was literally insane. And I just can't get over the fact that literally Michael Thomas, it's like, oh, Michael Thomas has a toe injury. And then it's like, we've just never really seen him ever again. Like,
honestly, if Michael Thomas was not tweeting, I would be convinced that like he was somehow involved in the mob and got killed.
No, what happened to Michael Thomas? Like, he was one of like the best NFL receivers, and then he just poof.
Literally, and Michael Thomas and Drew Brees were like phenomenal.
Yes.
I
I remember
love
everyone was doing this for him.
Yeah, like
Like-
and he was a great player, like it's insane. And then all of a sudden, you're right, toe, like not even like ACL, hamstring, knee, anything like that.
Toe.
Toe,
Toe.
gone.
Gone. Dead.
Gone, dead.
He
In
played
the
like
ocean.
a handful of games, but like would do not like he would make a catch and I'd be like, Michael Thomas?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's done.
He came back from the toe and then wasn't even like he'd be on the field, but no one even knew he was there.
Yes. Yeah. He wasn't doing anything.
It's unreal. But anyway, here are some of his tweets.
You know, they were insane.
Okay. Dude, okay, to be fair too, he never even used Derek Carr's name in the first couple. He was just calling him dude. He said, dude, scary and panic. Just throw the ball. Get him the F out of here. He's so ass. The next one, dude tried to lie and say, I was jealous of them for making Chris Olave, I'm assuming, wide receiver 1, whole time. He can't even get him a decent ball. He needs his ass whooped. They fired them all coaches trying to cover up his flaws, and he's still doing the same shit. That year, his buddy went first team All-Pro in 2022. He needed 180 targets just to catch 100 passes. He is ass. And they keep going.
They were worse than I remember.
He retweeted an NFL memes tweet that says, with his loss to the Carolina Panthers, Derek Carr now becomes the first QB in NFL history to lose to 31 different teams, with a bunch of fire emojis.
I saw one of him too, comparing him to Sid from Toy Story.
Yes. Literally. I'm just seeing if there was any more like good ones. Oh, he quoted a tweet where they said that Derek Carr got Dennis Allen fired twice in the matter of 10 years, and he said historical. Honestly, speak your truth, Michael Thomas.
He's eating, yeah. Like these. He is a free agent sitting at home, realistically not going to get picked up by anyone because, hello, you died from a toe. And so he's just out here spitting facts. He's saying what we're all thinking.
Literally. He's literally tweeting about how happy he is Marshawn Lattimore got out of the Saints.
Dude, he just hates the Saints. Did the Saints, like, fuck him over?
It's very possible. Like, maybe that's why he's not playing football. Like, maybe they kind of blacklisted him a little bit. And, like, you know what, Michael Thomas? If you want to talk shit about Derek Carr on the internet,
do it.
It's great. And I know that the media asked Derek Carr about it, and he was just like, I love Mike, but you know, when he does things like that, I don't really care for it. And I'm like, Derek, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he's like, I tried to call him. He never called me back. And I was like,
he doesn't like you.
Yeah, he's clearly not a fan. Like,
if someone that I didn't like started calling me, I would most likely block them and not answer the phone.
I'd say absolutely not. Thank you.
Honestly, you know what? I'm siding with Michael Thomas on this. I'm making my stance. Unless something really awful comes out about him, then I take that stance away. But
Michael.
I'm gonna add him.
Podcast.
He does. Michael Thomas, do you want to come on our podcast?
Yeah, do you want to join us, Michael Thomas?
Speaking of Michael, I was just gonna say I'm gonna add him to my list of favorite Michaels.
Oh my God, we still have to do that segment. I have none.
I have 10.
There are no people named Brian.
There's Brian the dog from Family Guy.
Okay.
And Brian Branch just got ejected out of that game.
Okay.
Brian Byrne
out of that game.
He's a giant. Now I'm in the football world. Wait, isn't Dawkins' first name Brian? Isn't Brian Dawkins?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm adding Michael Thomas to number 11.
Okay. We have a segment coming up that we just kind of revealed to you guys.
We're gonna make a list of favorite people named after our significant others. Well, not named after, have the same name as them.
Yes.
I started making one when I was a little bit inebriated, and I was just like, "This is the best list I've ever made," and I was just like, "Michael, come here." Obviously, my Michael's number one. Don't get it twisted. But it started because I was talking about how much I love Mike Evans. I was like,
And
"Mike
you know,
Evans rocks." I was like, "He's probably like my fourth favorite Michael." And Michael was like, "Just make a list." And I was like, "Got it." I will do that.
no, I love Michael Thomas, Mike Evans too. I feel like he doesn't get enough credit.
He's a Hall of Fame wide receiver.
Yeah, like absolutely without question.
A Hall of Fame wide receiver. But anyway, yeah, Michael Thomas, slay. If you need a platform, we'll give you one.
We'll provide it.
But yeah, the Saints are pretty ass. And we thought that they were like going to go to the Super Bowl.
Now I just really want to talk shit with Michael Thomas.
Right?
But yeah, no, they're so dead.
They're so dead.
So
The NFC is actually kind of interesting now, I think. Like, obviously you have the Lions. I think the Lions are the best team in the NFC.
I agree.
You have like the Bucks and the Falcons both in that division
Mm-hmm.
are fighting for it. The Commanders.
Anybody else from that division?
Mm-mm. No, not that I can think of.
No other.
Jaden Daniels.
No, the Commanders actually scare me. We've yet to play them. So we still have to play them twice this season.
They beat us twice. Not that that's any comparison to your team, but they beat us. And normally we at least split it or we beat them both times.
Did you see this statistic about the Chiefs Super Bowls and Daniel Jones touchdowns?
No.
The
Do
Chiefs,
I want to?
no, Sam, this is the most absurd stat I've ever heard in my life. Are you prepared?
I'm ready.
The Chiefs won 2 Super Bowls in between Daniel Jones's last and most recent touchdown at MetLife.
I'm laughing because like I'm not even hurt anymore. Like I've gone past this year. I'm already in April of next year. Daniel Jones is not going to be a Giant anymore. If he is, they need to just blow the whole organization up and start from scratch. Like that's just what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's okay. But
It's
no,
okay.
I remember a few weeks ago where I was like, oh, like the Eagles were playing like shit. And I was like, I'm not out on them yet. Like it depends how we play the Bengals. And now we've played the Bengals and we beat the Jags barely, but we did it. I'm back to being delusional.
You were delusional 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. No, does it ever really go away?
I don't think so.
No.
No. It just gets a little less.
Yes.
Like the logic starts to creep in a bit and then the delusion is just like, "No. Get out."
I'm in a toxic relationship with Philadelphia sports teams. Sue me.
You know, and that's fine. And that is your truth.
Thank you. I will speak my truth.
You'll speak your truth. But yeah, I think that's all the things that we had to talk about today.
Yeah. And unfortunately, yes, we are going to miss again next week. We love you guys so much. We swear. I will be in Cancun on a family vacation. So I'm very, very excited. It is much, much, much needed. I can't wait to be on the beach in the sunshine, having an amazing time. But if you guys like this episode, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to us here at our YouTube channel. We will be back after next week. And then after that, we should be good. We should be back on track. Also, make sure to get us wherever you listen to your audio platforms. If you don't already, make sure to follow us on all of our social media accounts. You can find us at the Unsolicited_podcast on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. At Sam and Jordyn on Twitter. And we will be back a week from 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Oh, wait, before we go, I just want to mention the fishbowl thing.
Yes. Oh my God. If you didn't totally log off already.
Yeah, if you didn't log off yet, we're gonna be doing a fishbowl once a month now. Like at the end of every month, we're gonna compile a bunch of questions or comments or anything you guys want to say together, and we're gonna do like a big mailbag at the end of the month. So if you wanna shoot us tweets, DMs, we'll try and look for them and everything like that. So once a month. So try
Yes.
to get your November questions in.
Yes. And we will answer them when I am back from vacation.
Whoop, whoop.
Woo. We love you guys.
Love
Bye.
you guys. Bye.